Now, many of you say, I don't really get this. So I was source energy, and now I'm focused in this body where I can align with it, but I could not align with it. Tell me again, why would I do that? Why would I come out into a real world with manifestations that could hold me apart from who I really am? And we say, because you wanted to take the bounce, because you wanted to expand, because if you don't know what you don't want, you can't know what you do want, because the comparison and the contrast is necessary for focusing all things. And since you are an eternal being, you wanted the opportunity to expand. Do you get that? Does that make sense to you logically? So you caused this expansion. So now we'll stand back in your shoes. So, all right, so I get that. I came for the service. That isn't what we said. You didn't come for service. You came for the joy of expansion. Okay, so I came for the joy of expansion. The joy of expansion. I came for the joy of expansion. I came to want things I don't have. Tell me again why? Because there isn't anything that you can't have. And wanting a new thing is what life is. Wanting a new thing is the expansion. It's the breathing of the newness into you and into all that is. Okay. So I sacrificed myself for your expansion. That isn't what we said. You came to explore, to cause expansion, because once that rocket is there, once your vortex has it, once your inner being has become it, now there is a current that calls you, and it is that calling that is the friskiness of life. It's that calling that is the passion of life, you see. If you're not being called, you're not alive. So you keep mixing it up and being called because it feels so good to be called if you're answering the call. It feels horrible to be called if you're not. So you only ask the question, tell me again, why would I do this? Something must have gone terribly wrong. When you're not following, but why would you ever not do that? Why would you ever not let yourself go? Because reality is too compelling. And we say, stop it. Reality doesn't mean diddly squat. Reality is only the current manifestation based upon the most average or the most often or the most chronic offered vibrations. You see what we're getting at? All right. We've given you the theory. We've given you the conceptual. You sort of understand it. Many of you have had enough life experience because words don't teach. That as we were chewing with you there, you were getting it. You were getting the feeling of it. You were remembering things about it. And now we are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. It is our desire to assist you in lining up with what's in your vortex, because we have such full view of who you really are and all that you've become. And we actually can't even really fathom how you stand not being there. We don't even let ourselves go there. We don't try to speculate how you got so strong to endure the less than fantastic vibration that is really you, because we know it's all part of the mix. We just think that in this step 3 process, step 1 is ask, and life causes you to do that all day, every day. Step 2 is source becomes what you've asked for and holds the vibrational frequency of it until you are able to accomplish step 3, which is bring yourself into vibrational alignment with what you've asked for. And so in this 3-step process, you all, not all of you, but pretty much, are pretty heavy-handed on the step 1, which is the ask. And we are excellent at step 2, which is align with what you've asked for and hold the vision of it. And what this gathering is about is at least making the decision that you're going to make step 3 your most important function. Because step 1, you can't control. You can't stop observing. You can't stop becoming. You can't stop expanding. You can't stop launching the rockets. You can't stop becoming. But you can hold yourself in vibrational variance with what you've become, which is what every single negative emotion or anything that you don't want that ever happens is about. And when you get the theory of this, then you have to understand that there's never, ever a reason for you to ever live in anything that you do not want for very long, because you never get it done and you can't get it wrong. And the reason you can't get it wrong is because it's never done. And the reason that you can't get it wrong is because it's never done, and because the source within you is standing in the most rightness of it, calling you. And if you will just listen a little bit and feel a little bit for a whiff of the alignment with it, it is our promise to you that the manifestation will come so fast on the heels of your alignment that you will prove to yourself that you are a deliberate creator, and that there is nothing that you cannot be or do or have, regardless of where it currently stands. And there will come a time, not so far from now, where you will stand even in the middle of something unwanted, and you will embrace it as the step one part of the 3-step process that has a happy ending every time, because you have shown yourself that you are the creator of your own experience, not the controller of circumstances, but the controller of your relationship with your vortex, the controller of your relationship with your vortex, and therefore the allower of your vortex to cause full manifestation of everything that is within it. The money you want, if you could see the dollars you have amassed, you would stop complaining about how much money you don't have today. In other words, if you knew how much potential, and we only use the word potential in terms of manifestation, but we want you to hear us when we say the manifestation is fast on the heels, fast on the heels, fast on the heels. So, we think you have heard us. Now we are eager to talk with you about anything you want to talk about. What is it? Some things. Can feel you chiming in from everywhere. We hear you. We feel you. We know you. We'll get you. In this room, there are enough people with enough variety that we will be able to answer every question that is out there as a result of this co-creative experience that we're having today. So whether you are in the room and we don't call on you, or whether you are in outer space and we don't call you, know that we will address everything that is on your mind. So, as you stand in your physical body and you're aware of the buffet that's before you, some things you can look right at and know you prefer them, and some things you can look at and know that you would like it to be better. And have you noticed that if you let yourself believe in your own or global or mass consciousness, personal or bigger expansion, that you cannot stop for a moment thinking of what would be better? Esther's been in the new kitchen in Texas, and most things that are in most cupboards have not been there very long, because she keeps finding a better place for everything. Anyone who's trying to find something that was there yesterday is in trouble, because today it's in a new and improved place for a while. In other words, she'll find the place that works perfectly in time, but it's very funny to her that there are so many places for improvement no matter how good something is. You never run out of the desire to expand, because you are eternal beings. So this expansion is contained, and that's not an accurate word because it's fluid and flowing, but it is held. That's not really the right word either, because it's fluid and flowing, but it's gathered is a better word. It's amassed is a better word in what we're depicting as a vibrational vortex. And the reason we call it a vortex is because in this attraction power, there's this constant gathering of things that match this desire. We call those the cooperative components. The cooperative components to what you are asking for. Well, vibrationally speaking, that's sort of boring, Abraham, because I can't see that stuff amassing. I trust you sort of, but I can't see it, so it's conceptual. It's a theory. Feels a little like fairy dust all over it. I get the idea of it. I believe that vibration precedes everything. But to ask me to believe in a vortex that I can't see, when there's all this manifestation that I can see, oh, Abraham, manifestation is more compelling. Because we could gather together in groups. We can agree on what we see. We can take tests about it. We can accurately acknowledge what it is. Manifestation is meaty. It's seeable, hearable, smellable, tasteable, touchable. It's reality. Abraham, manifestation is reality. We hear you. You talk to us all the time, and quite often you're annoyed. And we say, it is reality, but it's reality that has spawned and accrued and accumulated and come into your visual, sensual senses because it is a vibrational match to something that you've got chronically going on. And you have to know that, because as you move around the planet and you interact with people, you see people living in similar circumstances that are manifesting entirely differently. You see people who everything seems to always go wrong for them, and you see people who everything seems to always go right for them. And you just got to know there's a vibrational variance that makes the difference in what's happening to you, not just generally, but specifically moment by moment. So what we're getting at is you could be observing something that isn't something that you want. And as you're observing it, you're taking it in, you're having conversations about it. And in doing so, you're holding your vibration in an even more specific place. Because the more attention you give to anything, the more specifically focused you are. And the more specifically focused you are, the faster the energy moves and the faster the manifestation becomes. So you could be looking at this thing, and let's call it, for sake of this analogy, something unwanted. And this is the point we want to make with you. Without even realizing it, your observation of your current financial condition or your physical condition or your relationship condition or whatever it is that you're focusing upon, your attention to it is causing a vibrational response in you which equals your point of attraction. Now, your point of attraction isn't something that's going to happen tomorrow or the next day or the next day. Your point of attraction is something that's manifesting now. So much so that this thought and this conversation that you've got going on is going to cause the next people who walk into your experience to reflect back to you precisely what it is you've got going on. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to how close on the heels of what you're feeling, especially if you're feeling it strongly, the manifestation follows. And then the real fun is to recognize, either because the feeling didn't feel good or because the manifestation doesn't feel good. Maybe somebody says something to you that you didn't like, that you didn't think they should have said, that you didn't really believe you had coming, and that most of all you don't want, you don't ever want to hear it again. But you're hearing it, it's happening. And why is it happening? Is it happening because reality has descended on you? Or is it happening in response to a vibrational stance that you've been practicing that you maybe didn't even know you were practicing until it manifested? But here it is. Reality happens. We've seen the bumper stickers. We like this one better. Reality happens. So then you say, we want you to say, oh, but I get this stuff. I know that I'm the creator of my own experience. I'm not a regurgitator. I observed that, and I had a regurgitating knee-jerk response to it, which I kept practicing because it was really absurd and obscene what happened. And so I told everybody that I saw for a while, do you know what that guy said? Do you know what he said? Do you know what he said? Do you know what he did? Do you know how he made me feel? So you keep it going for a little while, but in all of that, launching, clarifying, vortexing, creating, doing the vibrational precursoring, it's not a word, but write it down anyway, to what future manifestations can be depending upon what you do vibrationally. In other words, you've launched the rockets, the potential is there for the new and improved experience. The question is, are you going to keep regurgitating what is, because after all, that guy was really out of line? Or are you going to take the bounce and practice, and here are the operative words, practice the less easy vibration, because that's the easy vibration. You just observed it. All of your physical senses told you it was reality, and if you gathered together with others and went on some of those talk shows, most of the people would agree with you that that person was a misbehaving person and that you are right. But we are wanting to say to you, it doesn't matter how right you are in your negative emotion or in your pushing against. You are depriving yourself of the creation that has been born out of it, and you can't feel good until you come along with the new creation, because you got to keep up with you. You got to keep up with you.